Hello everyone, my name is Winters and welcome back to this Let's Play series of Car Mechanic Simulator 2018. We are continuing on exactly from where we left off. We currently have 2 orders in the garage and we're going to check the phone here now to see if there are any others. We have a story mission, sweet. Right, we're going to dismiss any non-experience orders. See if we have any. We don't. Alright, so we're going to pick up this story mission and it is as follows. My students are complaining that the clutch is very heavy. Another issue that we had a little incident recently that ended in a close encounter with a curb at a fairly high rate of speed. After the incident, I noticed something dripping from under the car. I'd like you to go over the car and fix whatever you find so my young drivers are not afraid of getting behind the wheel of this car. Okay, that's not an experience order, so we're going to dismiss it and we're going to take this one. So, let's have a ganders and see what are we dealing with. Oh my, look at all the parts that have to be replaced here. Repair, replace body parts, change and drain oil. Okay, let's put it on the test path first, if it'll go there. Which it won't because the engine won't start, but somehow we're able to get it to lifter A without any problems. So, let's get it up on the first stage. Those rims do not look good. That one definitely doesn't look good. Those two aren't much better either. Okay. First things first, we're going to do some diagnostics. So we'll break out the tire thread tester first here. I would imagine we're going to find something here. Yeah, look at that. Only one of the tires is middling, I would say at best. Next up, we're going to check the electronics, so we break out the old multimeter. And we'll see what we can find. ABS module, ABS pump doesn't look great. Intake manifold, throttle doesn't look great. Starter, radiator, fan housing, battery, radiator, fan housing, fan. Yeah, so a few bits there that need to be done. Those ignition coils don't look great either. Let's do a compression test next. Wow, actually all okay there, yeah. Yeah, not bad. I thought we would have found something there. Let's see if this car has an OBD port. It does. So I would imagine this will come back with a few items for us here. I would imagine so. We'll see. Yep, spark plug, ignition coils, ABS module, more spark plugs and ignition coils, right. That just leaves a fuel pressure test. This will be interesting to see if either fuel pump, fuel filter, that kind of stuff. Fuel filter definitely, fuel rails are fine. Okay, so let's mark off what we have discovered so far. Which by the look of this isn't a whole lot. Oh, this is better. Now we're getting some items that we can mark off. At least we have somewhere to start. We have an idea of things that we need to work on. Okay, repair, yeah, blah 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 blah. Where to start? I suppose we'll start in the engine bay. So battery, you're coming out. Ignition coils, you're coming out. And it looks like 3 of the spark plugs need to come out, so we'll do that at the very least. Still a lot of stuff though that we haven't discovered. I have a kitten here and she's going absolutely AWOL on me. She's all hyper. Alright, let's get this intake manifold off. Whoa. Brake servo, that doesn't look good. ABS module doesn't needs replacing. We know that already. And that pump definitely needs to come off too. So we'll get that. Shocks, spring look like they need work. Fuel filter, you can come out. Let's go over this side here. I know I've seen a belt tensioner. Yep, belt tensioner. I suppose we can pull off the belts, because that crankshaft pulley doesn't look good. That belt actually needs to be replaced along with that one. Crankshaft pulley, you need to be done. There's an idler roller there. I wonder, is there anything in the timing that needs replacing? This looks like everything in the engine bay. What's that exhaust manifold like? It's not too bad. Starter, you need to come off, because we're going to have to get at the gearbox. And it, oh yeah, it's only 9%. Wow, that is not good. Now the fan. This needed work here, didn't it? Yeah. Okay. Right, I think, actually, before we go any further, let's take ganders at the air filter. Oh, it definitely needs replacing. Okay, so that means the clips are coming off. And it's just a plain old air filter. Alright, I think we should lift the car up now. And we'll get a ganders underneath. We know the wheels all need work, so we'll get those off. We'll go over the far side now. Maybe I should have restarted my machine before I started recording. The game is a little bit sluggish. Alright, let's get the back tires off next. Sweet. Alright. Now, we should start finding a lot of stuff here. Let's see what the calibers are like. They're fine. Brake pads need changing. Brake disc ventilated needs replacing. Looks like this drive axle needs replacing. It does indeed. We need to get this end link because the sway bar needs replacing. So does the steering rack, which means the inner and outer tie rods need to come off. Now we can move over to the far side. Alright, caliber looks like it needs replacing. We'll see here now in a second. It does indeed. Brake pads in bad condition. Drive axle, bad condition. Whoa, what was... Oh, yeah, that's fine. I was looking at the wheel bearing there. The wheel bearing is fine. Get these inner and outer tie rods. Then we'll get the steering rack. We'll get this end link out. And then we can take out the sway bar. And it's just a normal sway bar. Now the drive axle, and now the gearbox itself. That's not what I want, it's the gearbox I want. Oh my. Okay, so release bearing, pressure plate. Yeah, it definitely needs replacing. The clutch itself is fine, but I need a flywheel. Let's take off the oil filter, and before we proceed any further, let's drain the oil out of it, because that has to be done. Okay. Oh, the sump, or the oil pan as it's called in game. Now I think I should do a visual inspection on everything in here, just in case. See, because I would imagine, based off the description, that the sump was taken out. Now, even though we were able to drain oil out of it, it sounded like the sump was leaking. At least to me it sounded like the sump was leaking. Alright, we've got everything there, they're all fine. So if the sump was leaking, I wouldn't have imagined there actually be any oil in it, and I would have been concerned with the crankshaft and the bearings down here. But apparently they're fine. Let's mark off everything we have discovered thus far, because we did discover quite a bit. since the beginning of the job. Shocks. I forgot about the shocks. I just see the shocks there in my peripheral vision. We need to take those out as well, because you can tell that they're in a bad way. Okay, we have a good bit discovered. Right, let's get these shocks out. And we'll go over to the far side. Get this one out. Everything else looks fine up the front here. I want to work on the front first. And then work on the back after that. I wonder how the rubber bushings are. Let's see if we can get a closer look. That bushing doesn't look like it's in great shape. And indeed it's not. So now that tells me that there should be some others, if not all, in similar condition. Yep. So far. Yep, all four of them in bad nick. Okay, let's mark those off. The shock should be here somewhere. There's the front spring. Maybe we just have to replace the springs. Let's have a look and see what these parts are like. See, this is why we always strip the parts. The shock absorber is fine. It's just the cap and the spring we need to change for both of them. Alright, so the front shock absorber A, which I actually don't need to keep a record of. So 2 caps and 2 springs. Let's pick up these because we know we have to get them. Shock 2 and spring. 2 front springs. Alright. Take that out. Strip this one. Pull those parts out, and now we'll put together the new parts. Sweet. Alright, that's the shocks done. Let's buy some parts. Okay, what do I need? I wasn't really... Well, I suppose I was paying partial attention. We need ignition coils. I think we need 4 of them. We need some spark plugs. And we need 3 of them, if memory serves. I don't know what drive axle. We need a sway bar. And it's just a plain old sway bar we need. We need calibers. So let's pick up... Do you know what? Let's just pick up 4. We'll have spares. We'll do the same with pads. We don't need them all, but we'll just pick up some. We need a brake disc ventilated. I'm gonna pick up 3, and I'm gonna pick up 2 brake discs just in case. What else do we need? I've already got the ABS module and the ABS pump. I need a fuel filter. I need a battery because I don't have a battery charger yet. I I don't know the radiator or the radiator fan housing off by heart. Or from memory, I should say. We need a starter. I think it's just a plain old starter. We need the gearbox stuff. So clutch. We don't need a clutch plate. We do need a pressure plate, and we need a release bearing. We also need a flywheel. If I could spell properly. There's a flywheel. I don't know the gearbox yet. I don't know the belts. I've already got the air filter. I think that's about it. We're gonna have to... We got a lot of stuff there. A lot of stuff from memory. I'm actually quite pleased with myself. I'm like, yeah. Brake disc ventilated. That isn't on the list, is it? Oh, damn. I need to... Here, this is going to make this much easier. Where is the wheels? Need to take those off. Rear spring, ignition, brake servo. Forgot about the brake servo. Tires. There we go. That's what I need to take off the list, because I know those. Belt tensioner, starter front drive shaft. Right. This was a new brake disc. Think the pads were fine. So the second-hand ones, here we'll put even better ones, 99%. Steering rack, forgot the steering rack. I need to get the steering rack. Let's put the shocks in. We'll go over the far side now. Alright, sway bar, you can go in next. Along with the end links, and the second hand ones are good enough. They did not need replacing. Rubber bushings, you're next. The game seems to be a lot smoother now, so obviously my PC has woken up. Flywheel, you can go in next. Clutch, you can go back in. Second hand one. Now the pressure plate, followed by the release bearing. And now it's gearbox i4. Right, I need to remember that. Gearbox i4. Gearbox i4, steering rack, oil pan i4. Do you know what, if I just search for i4, that should bring back the items that I want. What was it? Gearbox, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. Gearboxes. Where the hell are you? Here you are. Gearbox i4C. There it is. Oil pan. Oil filter. I'm going to take a guess that that's the filter we need. Here we are. i4. I could probably take an educated guess on the belts, but do you know what? I'm not going to risk it. Steering rack. There's a steering rack. Drive shaft. I don't know which one I need, so we'll come back to that in a second. We'll get that gearbox in. Oil filter, yep, it was the right oil filter. Front drive shaft. Just front drive shaft. Right, let's pick that up. Front drive shaft, there it is. Right. Steering rack. Inner and outer tie rods. Front drive axle C. Huh. Alright, I can accept that. We need another one there. Well, shiza. Let's get these inner and outer tie rods back in place. Oh, brake pads. I can't remember if it was... Were they bad on this side? You know what? Screw it. For the sake of some new brake pads. It's not the end of the world. New caliber, though. Right, what was this? A C, wasn't it? Front drive axle C. Front drive axle C. There we go. Alright. How are we looking? We're looking pretty damn good. Let's get the caliber back on here. The second-hand one can go on here. Because we don't need to put a new one on. End link. Second-hand again, the one that came off it. Right. Wheels we can worry about later. I think we should go down the back now and start stripping here. Caliber fine, brakes not so fine. Brake disc not good. Wheel hub cap not good. That knuckle needs replacing. So bearings coming out, wheel hubs coming out. Okay. Need to start stripping all of this. Suspension arm looks fine, but you're coming out nonetheless. Rear sway and link. Shock, you're coming out. Suspension arm. Oh, I have to take out the bushing first, don't I? Rubber bushing is fine. Need to remember that. Although we probably will need more rubber bushings. Okay, knuckle housing A. What else is... Oh, this small rubber bushing needs to come out. Those ones look fine. I don't think I can do an inspection on them. No, I can't. Right. So let's start on this side. Get over there, you son of a bitch. Oh, look at that brake disc. Fine there. Brake pads not fine. Brake disc not fine. Wheel hub cap not fine. Wheel bearing is fine. Wheel hub is fine. And, oh, that shock. Yeah, all needs to be replaced. The spring cap is okay though. Alright, this upper suspension arm needs to come out. And this end link. Shock. Suspension arm B, you need to come out. Rubber bushing, you need to come out. Everything's 77%. Have you noticed that? Right, now, rear sway bar A. Right. That knuckle can stay there, but I want to see what this bushing is like. It's fine, okay. I think we should mark off everything we've discovered and unmark the items we have fixed. There's still something there that is yet to be discovered. I wonder what that could be. And there's another item that's yet to be discovered. and another. So there's 3 things still to be discovered. Yeah, they're probably in the engine bay, so. Which is fine. If they're in the engine bay. I want to undo those rims so that I can see what I'm doing. There's the other one. Okay. Let's start putting back together. Second-hand bushings can go back in. Spring cap, you can go back. Second-hand one, or the one that came out of it. Rear spring, do I have one of those? I don't. Right, so I need to get that. Suspension arm, let's go with 77%. And let's just go with those. Oh, that's not right. There we go. Shock, you can go back in. Suspension arm, you can go back in. I probably didn't need to strip it so much, but it's not the end of the world because we're getting experience for every action that we do. So yeah, it's not a total loss. We are getting some good out of it. Alright, there's the one I want. And that one. Wheel hub, that was fine, so the one that came off can go back on. Same with the hub. Brake disc, do I have? I do. Brake pads. I'm gonna put new ones on. I believe the caliber was alright. I think. It's not marked there anyway, so it must be. Wheel hub bearing, there we go, that's what I was looking for. Alright, the one that came off, it can go back in. Wheel hub cap, we need 2 of those. 2 springs. Let's go over the far side and see what we can start replacing here. Probably not a whole lot. Rear axle knuckle housing A. I have one. Yay! Well, that's frickin' handy. Saves us a trip out to the store. Brake disc ventilators, we're putting in a new one. Wheel hub bearing, we're putting in the one that came out. Brake pads, we definitely need new brake pads. Second-hand caliber. Along with cylinder. Small rubber bushing. Second-hand one can go in there. Rear suspension arm A. Same one can go back in. Upper suspension arm. Along with second-hand bushings. Spring cap, I think. Yeah, the one that came off it is fine. Shock. Same thing here with the second-hand bushings. Alright, rear suspension arm. There's the one that was in it, back in again. And a rubber bushing. Right. How are we looking? We're looking really good. Right, that was a sway bar A, wasn't it? Sway bar A. 2 springs, 2 caps. sway bar. Rear sway bar A. I need at least one of those. I'm going to buy 3 just in case. Spring. We need 2 of these. We need cap. This is probably going to return a lot. Yep, shit. Alright, front shock absorber cap, rear shock absorber cap. There we go. So we'll pick up 2 of those. We need 2 of these. And what else was there? I think that was about it, really, wasn't it? I don't think there's much else. We'll get the sway bar in. Then we can do the rear end link. Oh, look at that. I already had some. Oh, well. No harm to have spares. No harm at all. Alright, I think that's everything done on this side. So now we'll move over to the far side. We'll get the spring in. Second-hand one of those, I think, can go back in. Yeah, it doesn't look like it was marked. Oh, that's what I forgot the far side. The wheel hub cap. Forgot about that. So we can go over there now and quickly take care of that. Right. That should be the back pretty much done, except for the wheels. So let's mark off what we have done. We're getting through this. Good progress so far. Still a bit to be done, but that's alright. We take these jobs in sections. Can't be expected to get it all done in one fell swoop. Did I put second-hand pads on that damn thing? I must have. No, they look like new. I must have them marked somewhere. But I don't see it. I must be going blind. Okay, let's pull them off and see. Did I actually make a mistake? Which... I put 99% ones on, which just aren't good enough. I think it was a second-hand caliber. Right. That's everything done underneath. So now we're going back into the engine bay. So let's drop the car down and we'll start working on the remainder of the engine bay. So ABS pump, ABS module, brake servo. I still need to get that. I'm thinking we still have, what was it, 3 parts to discover, and we probably need to open up the timing, because there's no point in putting the engine back together when we haven't discovered all the parts. Yeah, I mean, look at that now, straight away there. That timing belt needs to be replaced. That cam gear needs to be replaced. What else would there be? It's probably a camshaft. Probably a camshaft. So engine head cover, you're coming off, and we're going to take a ganders inside. Huh. Camshafts look fine. So What could the other item be? What could the other item be? Exhaust manifold looks fine. It's hardly the radiator. That radiator doesn't look too bad. Let's pull it. It's nothing to... Yeah, no, it's fine. Radiator's fine. I mean, it could be better, but it's not the end of the world. You know, it's 77%. Still more than 50. Let's get the starter on. I'm missing something here now that I just... It's something simple. That fuel rail was fine, wasn't it? I think the test said, yeah, 77%. Let's check and see. Alright, there's the part not to be discovered, or not to be discovered, not yet discovered. There's the brake pads. Rim, rim, rim. And there's another part not yet discovered as well. They can be marked off. There are the tires. That starter can be marked off. What am I missing? I mean, without stripping the engine, the pistons were fine. Wow, this one actually has me scratching my head. Battery, you can go back in. We have a new one for you. Air filter, you can go back in. Air filter cover. Got the clips back on. So I stripped the wheels. I stripped the front of it, the back of it. The exhaust is fine. The alternator is fine. The water pump is fine. The power steering pump is fine. What am I missing? Do you know the only thing I can think of is bushings down here on the rear axle? It's the only thing I can think of. I wonder is that what it could be? It's worth a look. I mean, for the 30 seconds it'll take to raise the car and check out the 4 bushings in the rear axle, it's worth a look. I mean, they didn't seem... I didn't look at them too in detail. Fine. Aha! There we go. And another one. And is this the last? Alright, that one's fine. Alright, okay. So, 70... I need to buy some new bushings. Let's do that now. Rubber bushings. Let's buy like 10 of them. And let's quickly check. Where is the other sumbitch? There's one. Especially they don't group this stuff together. Alright, so new one here. New one here. And a second-hand one all the way over yonder. Well, at least we've discovered everything now. Like I said, it was worth it, you know, for the sake of it. Of Goes to show, though, you know, you need to check everything. Right. Brake. We need a brake servo. I can't believe I missed that. What else do I need? Need the intake manifold and the throttle. I need to find out what ones I need, though. That's the thing. Get that brake servo in. Fuel filter, you can go back in. Fuel rail, you can go back in. Now, intake manifold I4DI. Intake manifold I4DI. Let's get these spark plugs in first. Get these ignition coils in then on top of them. Intake manifold I4DI. I think we'll just go for I4. And we're looking for an intake manifold, which looks a little like something like this. Intake manifold DI. There we are. Is there a throttle here? Power steering pump. Throttle. I'm not going to buy it, just in case. It's not the end of the world if we have to come back out to buy the throttle. That's right, and I'm expecting we're going to have to. Well, of course we have to. We have to replace the damn thing. But throttle I4. Okay, so it was the right one. Where are we? Throttle. Why can't I see the damn thing? Turbo, water pump, timing. Timing. Oh, there it is. Okay. Next, we need a cam gear. Okay. I wish I knew which of those belts to get. Alright, never mind. Cam gear. Cam gear. There must be a space between them. Just a straight up plain old cam gear. And then we'll see what the timing belt is, because we have to get a new one of those. It's just a plain old timing belt. Okay. Timing belt. There it is. And timing cover, that's fine. Water pump, that's fine. Oh, camshaft pulley. I need a new one of those, don't I? I do. Camshaft pulley I4. Camshaft pulley I4. Camshaft. Oh, actually, here's an easier way of doing it. Just I4. There we go. Camshaft pulley I4. There we go. Alright, now I need to buy an idler roller A. Roller A. I need a belt tensioner as well, don't I? There we go. Belt B. Oh wait, it's probably here. Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. It's a plain old belt B. Belt A, belt B. Here we go. Belt B. There we are. And we probably need. Would it be a belt A? It is a belt A. Alright, belt A. Belt B, belt B, belt A. Is it at the top? Here it is. Alright, we are nearly done with this order. This job. I think all that's left is the fan. Looking good there. Oh, the wheels. Of course we have to do the wheels. Okay, so radiator fan housing. Radiator fan housing fan. Radiator fan. Radiator fan housing. Radiator fan housing fan. I think that's the one there. Yep, and yep. Sweet. Okay, well actually, while we're still here, let's put oil back in it. Should be nearly full now. There we are. And let's mark off everything that is done, which is most of it. It's just the wheels that have to be done yet, I think. We're looking good. Looking real good. Right. Oh, body parts. We have a couple of body parts to do. That is fine. That is not the end of the world. Right. We need to strip down these wheels. So let's get our notepad here. And we'll get our pen. And we will mark down. So it's Rims Classic 2. Rim Classic 02. And it's standard tires. Standard tires. And they are 175/65 R14s. Okay. And they're all the same. They all need to be replaced. Yep, they sure do. Okay, let's split those bad boys down. We're going to go into the store here. We're going to go to the rims section. Rim Classic 2. Rim. Back up a little bit here. Rim Basic. Hell Challenger. Rim Cape. Classic 2. Rim Classic 2. We need 4 of them. And they're size 14s, aren't they? And the ET is 0, I think. Alright, we'll break down the next one. Now we'll go into the tire section. And they're standard tires. Standard tire. There we are. And we need 4 of them. Size 14. Width is 175. And the profile is 65. There we go. I think that's right. I was never able to remember how to read tires off by heart. It was always when it, well, not with this game, but with this game I can figure it out. But like you ask me in 10 minutes and I'd be like, what? Yeah, can't remember, just goldfish memory again. Alright, so let's see if we can put these new ones together. We can indeed. Excelente. Alright, and we'll balance this one. We'll put a new one on here. So once this is done, it'll just be the body part stuff, and that should be the order complete. Alright. Install. This is the last one, I believe. This is the third one. Let's quickly put a wheel on. Alright, go back. Try and make the most of our time. That's it. We are good. Wonderful. Alright, now we'll lower the car. And we just need to make a note of the body parts. So it's a front bumper. Front bumper, front left fender. Front left fender. And the car is a Rhino? Rhino. Piccolo. Whatever. Right, now we need to go into the body shop section. Body shop. Rhino, pick. This should return exactly what we need. Front bumper. Rear bumper. Where the hell is the front bumper? Ah, here it is. And a front left fender, wasn't it? Front left fender. Alright. Assembly mode. Now I don't have a license plate. It's just a standard license plate, isn't it? This is what I need. Is it a new section for? Yeah, it is. Yeah. So let's see, a standard license plate. OPQRS. There we are. $90 for a nice license plate. Are you freaking crazy? Alright, I think that is everything done with the car. We'll have one last look here. The rims are done, the tires are done, the bodywork is done. Sweet, that is everything there. Bodywork is done and the oil is done. So we spent nearly 8,700 on parts and we're getting nearly 24,000 back in payout. Holy Hannah. God, we're an expensive garage. Wow, that was a long order. That was a really long order, yeah. But I enjoyed that. That was very good. Let's check and see if we have any experience orders before we finish up. We don't. Okay. So, we're going to leave it there for now. Thanks a million for watching, folks. I hope you all enjoyed this episode. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. It means an awful lot to me. It makes a huge difference for the channel and for the videos themselves to get noticed, and for the channel to grow and the content that I produce. So thank you all so much for your support. It really means a lot. Anyway, my name is Winters, and I'll catch you next time. So until then, take care.